The landfill expansion plans and the waste incinerator project at the first Finance Committee meeting of the new LegCo session. The Pan Democrats proposed to adjourn the meeting in protest against the government's handling of the Occupy protests. But Secretary for Environment Wong Kem Sing stressed that if the funding was delayed even further, the projects would become more expensive. After a 2-hour debate, the adjournment motion was rejected. Funding for expanding the Tunmun and tackling landfills and building a waste incinerator at Shek Koo Chau was delayed by filibustering before the LegCo summer break. Outside LegCo, a group gathered during the meeting to protest against the government's plans. And now we're going to take a look again at the live scene in Mongkok. There are scuffles happening. There are protesters who try to rush back out on the road, and police were trying to stop them. Now it's believed that riot police are heading for the area to maintain public order. Pepper spray has been used to try and disperse the protesters. But as you can see, with the number of people, large crowds there, it's getting a little out of hand.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has triggered a wave of anger from China and South Korea after he sent a ritual offering to Tokyo's controversial Yasukuni Shrine. The shrine honors war criminals among the 2.5 million war dead, including wartime leader Hideki Tojo. Many Asian victims of Japan's wartime atrocities, especially China and the Koreas, see the shrine as a symbol of militarism. Dozens of Japanese lawmakers also held a ceremony at the site. In a statement, China's foreign ministry expressed serious concern about what it calls negative tendencies regarding the shrine. Seoul said Abe's offering and the ceremony were beyond deplorable. The move might complicate the Japanese leader's push to improve trade relations with China. U.S. President Barack Obama is considering appointing an Ebola czar to coordinate the fight against the deadly virus in the United States. Meanwhile, the first person to contract the illness in the U.S. has been transferred from Dallas to a special medical facility in Maryland. Alan Booknia reports.
With her fellow medical staff clapping encouragement, Nurse Nina Pham was moved from the Texas hospital en route to an isolation unit in Bethesda, Maryland. The hospital released a video of Pham showing her to be teary-eyed but seemingly in good spirits, asking her colleagues to come visit her. She contracted Ebola while treating a Liberian patient who'd gone to the U.S. carrying the disease. He's since died, and a second nurse caring for him has also been confirmed to have Ebola. In Washington, U.S. President Barack Obama, however, says he's still against the idea of imposing a travel ban on West Africa, where the virus has claimed some 4,500 lives. He said a ban could actually worsen the situation because people may hide information about where they've been.
And as a result, we may end up getting less information about who has the disease. They're less likely to get treated properly, screened properly, quarantined properly, and as a consequence, we could end up having more cases rather than less.
But in the face of sharp criticism from lawmakers over efforts to contain the disease in the U.S., Obama said he was considering appointing an Ebola czar to coordinate the fight against the virus. Meanwhile, the virus continues to spread in West Africa, with the World Health Organization predicting the number of cases will double every 4 weeks. The WHO warned that the disease has started to spread even more rapidly in Guinea, a country that had previously not been hit as hard as its neighbors, Sierra Leone and Liberia. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon again appealed for more aid to fight the epidemic. He said the $1 billion fund he'd originally asked for got just $200 million, and just $100,000 of that was left. Alan Booknia, TVB News.
Police in Brazil say they've arrested a man who's confessed to 39 murders in the country's Midwest. Investigators in the city of Goiânia said a gun found in the home of suspect Tiago Roca was linked to the killings of at least 6 women this year. Roca, who was arrested Tuesday, was presented to the media on Thursday. Investigators say that since his arrest, the 26-year-old has confessed to at least 33 other murders dating back to early 2013, including several other young women and some homeless people. One senior officer described him as a psychopath. Roca's lawyer says his client was coerced into confessing crimes he didn't commit.
Argentina made Latin American history with the launch Thursday of a domestically built communication satellite. Launched from French Guiana, the ARSAT-1 will provide internet, telephone and television services to remote regions of Argentina as well as neighboring countries. Costing $270 million, the satellite is the first of 3 planned launches over the next 4 years. The plan is to transmit signals to all of Latin America. Only the European Union and 6 other countries have built and operate their own communication satellites. All right, Chris, over to you for sports.
And a good day to be golfing, I think, if you do such things. Ernie Els, one of the named players at the Hong Kong Open, took an early second-round lead today in Fanling. On his 45th birthday, Els went to the clubhouse after shooting a round of 65, and that was 5 under par, and that held up through the day. Els takes a 2-shot lead.